And I'd be happy to go to your questions.
All right, well, I will...
What will be necessary to make an impeachment a bipartisan process would have to be extraordinarily clear and compelling. I don't foreclose at the possibility that the Mueller investigation will produce that, or that our own will, but I think the Speaker is absolutely right. In its absence, an impeachment becomes a partisan exercise doomed for failure. And I see little to be gained by putting the country through that kind of wrenching experience. As I've often remarked in the past, the only thing worse than putting the country through the trauma of an impeachment is putting the country through the trauma of a failed impeachment.
Some of the arguments there, but you're really more focused on...
On the collusion issue, as I've said from the very beginning, the crime is conspiracy. The reason why collusion is an important word is because it shouldn't be, the bar shouldn't be simply whether the President of the United States has committed a crime. Building a Trump Tower in Moscow may not be a crime, but if it's the possibility of making that money that is directing U.S. foreign policy, criminal or not, that is deeply antagonistic to our national security.
Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump, are they witnesses you want?
If the Justice Department either attempts to conceal the Mueller report or the underlying evidence, then requiring Mueller to testify may very well be necessary. Whether that's before our committee, the Judiciary Committee, both committees, or other committees, will be the subject of discussion internally, determine what the most appropriate venue would be. There may be particular issues of interest and concern to the Intelligence Committee that are different from other committees, and so we certainly would not take that off the table.
Yesterday at the White House briefing, here's a question that was not asked.
I also think that it's very important that any issues, any allegations of corruption be investigated, be exposed. Now, we don't know in advance what the remedy might be in advance of doing the investigative work. But I do think that where there are credible allegations of corruption, or allegations that they're selling influence out of massage parlors in Florida, those issues ought to be looked into. And if there's corruption, it needs to be exposed. And if there are individuals responsible that have violated the law, they need to be prosecuted.